it should be on I'm on two screens on Facebook. I wonder if I can go back to TikTok. So I'm on two screens. Can you see me once or twice, Jamie? I hate when this stuff happens. Hey, Cindy. I know, but I'm not getting y'all. I'm getting y'all on. I'm gonna get off of this one, and I'm gonna see if I can get you on the other one. Keep texting me, okay? So I'm gonna hang up. All right. So, Jamie, do you still see me on Facebook? If not, text me. If you can hear me, text me. It does say I'm streaming on both Facebook and YouTube. I see I got one person in the room. Go ahead and say hello for me. We're trying to fix a technical error. Hey, Stephanie, and you're on Facebook, so I am on Facebook now. Hey, Cindy, great. I apologize, y'all. I didn't realize that it wasn't catching. Now I'm going to get back on TikTok, too. Vinted isn't just for clothes. So let me do this, and let me go back to live on TikTok. All right, so now we got things working again. Sorry about that, everybody. Had a little bit of technical errors when I got on here, so I apologize for that. Okay, now I'm live on TikTok, folks. Sorry on TikTok, I had to take a quick break. And I'm not even going to start over again. So I guess I could start. Let me start the recording. All right, and I'm recording now, and we're good. So I'm going to start over from just real quick from the beginning. Welcome to Touch Eternity, the podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick. Sorry about the delay. We had some technical difficulties. One of the sites didn't want to pick up, but we got it now. So thank you. Sorry for being late. So what I was trying to tell everybody, hey, Sweet Pea, what I was trying to tell everybody was that this weekend we redid my website. The phone number y'all have now is different to contact me by text. And also I posted all my classes for the year. So every class is going to be taught once a year. You can take it or you don't have to take it. Hi, Diana. Yeah, or you don't have to take it. But if you want it, it's only offered once a year. So I'm not, so if you see something you're interested in, please plan to be at the course. Other than the energetics course, which is the 26th and 27th of September, other than that course, all of my courses will have an application to be filled out plus a deposit. The deposit does get subtracted from the cost of the course. If for some reason the course doesn't happen, or if the course doesn't happen for any reason, you do get that money refunded back to you. It might take 5 to 10 business days, but you will get it back, I promise. So, but it's just a way to get things moving. Now, a lot of my courses are going to be offered online without me, just by themselves. So you can take some of the courses online. Those won't be of course, as good as the in-person classes because I get to always add a lot of new stories and a lot of new fun facts in the live courses. But so for September, I have Energetics, which is at my home on the 26th and 27th. There's an Aura class, I think, before Christmas. It talks about aura, energy, aura, and color is the name of the class. That is the only class that I can't do online because you have to be present for an aura photo. In the beginning of the year, I have like numerology and I have mediumship level 1 offered in the beginning of the year. I'm only doing these one time. Folks, you have to apply for all these classes. Okay? Not for energetics, this first one. The next one you will, but this one you don't. Because we posted this course before we put in the application and deposit fee. So that's coming up. I did do my last assignment. I turned it in, it came back, I had to make some adjustments, I'm turning it back in. So I'm pretty much, once this assignment is done, I'm done. I'm done with school, so you're going to be seeing a lot more of me online, like I was online last night. Hey, Maha, I was, and Joe's with me. Hey, Joe. Anyway, you will see a lot more availability on my calendar. You're going to see a lot more events we're doing. We're going to have a really fun Halloween event coming up. I talked a little bit about it last night. I'm still setting it up. It's going to be called Steak Over Mediums, and it's a mediumship gallery, and there's a steak dinner being served during the gallery. So that's going to be around Halloween. Steaks Over Medium. Y'all like that? It's going to be done on a Monday night. That's going to be a cute little event we're going to do at KJ's. Working on it. Okay, so it's not 100% set in stone. It will be by the weekend. So anyway, I figured that would be a good fun event to do. Steaks Over Medium. I think that's kind of fun. You can come out and get a ribeye or a fillet and a couple of sides, and that's included in the price of the admission. So again, come have some fun with us for that. We like doing. We last couple of years we did Nacho Dead People, which is another fun event that we do at Mexican restaurants, where you come in and there's nachos being served, and you get to have like snacks, and you can order margaritas, whatever you want. We also do another event called Mimosas and Mediums. The reason why I'm not making too public right now about the events in October, like the Steaks Over Medium, it's got to be confirmed on Saturday, but I'm also looking at, that's the weekend before Halloween. I'm also looking at doing another event that weekend, so I'm hoping to join the two events. So if you buy tickets to both events, that you get a reduced rate in what you're paying. So I know the Steaks Over Mediums is going to be on a Monday, because that's the steak night at the place we go. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, told y'all about the classes. All my classes will be online and in person. Online will be limited because I have to have a certain number to break you into groups, and it can only do so many. So I think it's usually like 6 to 10 that I will allow online with the rest of the class that's here in person. So just wanted to get that out there. So if you're interested in any of the classes, be sure that if you're going to do it online, that you have to notify me that you're doing it online, because you have to pick the online choice, and we can only allow so many. But anyway, so tonight what I wanted to talk about was a couple of things. First thing I want to talk about is that we get a lot of people, or not a lot of people, we get some people who they're not sure when they go down this path of intuition or metaphysics. Just say metaphysics because it covers everything. They get worried about their faith, or they get worried about how people might look at them, or how others might feel. So what I want to say to you is that your faith is important. The one thing I tell people in all my level 1 classes is that your faith, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it's in, as long as it doesn't hurt other people or yourself. Faith is important. Whether it's, your religious faith is important, whatever you have faith in, that's important, because it takes faith, because faith helps you build trust. Trust is what you need to be able to do the intuitive work and do the communications. And so I really believe, I always tell people, never give up on your faith. They don't have to believe everything they tell you. Hey, Tammy, but never, never, never give up on your faith. Faith is important. Faith gives you strength. Faith keeps you safe. Faith builds that energy that can repel stuff. And you'll learn a lot about repelling stuff if you take energetics with us next month. So that's a class I would look. If you're having relationship issues, dating issues, I'm sorry, Kathy. Glad you're back. I had to do a reboot. Zeta's here. I didn't see Zeta. Zeta didn't say hello. I didn't see Zeta's name come up. Hey, Zeta, if you're in here. But anyway, hey, Stephanie. Anyway, faith is important. It helps you trust. It helps you build the power. It's what helps give you that faith to put that positivity around you, so that people's negative energies cannot have effect on you. And that's really, really important. The next thing that me and Zeta are going to start looking at and studying are frequencies. Huh, Zeta? Talked a little bit about that last week, I believe. I'm starting to really look into frequencies and sounds, and that kind of stuff, to help people grow, help people heal, help them understand things. I did look into the lady that you sent me, and it was interesting. She has an online class. We may have to do that one. But anyway, so know that you know, when you're getting into this, the biggest thing to pay attention to are your senses. And everybody knows that I have someone that I don't want to say is a dear friend because we've been together. We're acquaintances. And that would be the medium Dominic Bove. Dominic is a phenomenal medium in the UK. I have nothing bad to say about him. A very excellent young man. He's a medium. He's also partially blind. Um, so reason I'm bringing this up is that when he uses his senses, yes, Kathy, there is a date on my website for the aura photography class. Yes, it's a 3-hour class, and that will be on that's posted. It's one of them that's posted, so you can go look on my website, sid-patrick.com. Anyway, so what reason I'm bringing Dominic up is because with that ability of his sight being impaired, his other senses are keen. His sense of hearing, he's still very visual, but it's very third eye visual, but it makes all his senses more extremely sharper. And so when you're working, hey, golden girl. So therefore, when you are working with the spirit world, being open, using your senses. Now, people say, well, how do you use your senses? Well, it's a language you create. It is a language that you create. You get in there and you ask when you're working with the spirit, you ask, what does this mean when I see this, or when I hear this, or when I smell this? You create it. It's using what you know. It's usually the first thing you think of. And the best example I usually give is when I teach, I give this one a lot, is when I first started doing mediumship, to tell me that the spirit was funny. The spirit is funny. I used to see Minnie Pearl's hat with the price tag. So when I saw a lot of hats when I first started out, and I would see that, it would tell me the person had a very funny character or liked to tell jokes a lot, because that's what Minnie Pearl did. Depending upon what the spirit was wearing, would show me things or tell me things. So I developed, because that's what it meant to me. And the hardest thing for people to do when they get into this world or into this metaphysical world to try to start understanding, like, they want to be like everybody else. They want to see things like everybody else sees, but you can't, because you have your own individual personality, your own individual course of your knowledge. It's very individual. So you have to say, what does this mean to me? So an example, when I show y'all a symbology card like this, people are going to think of peace, think of unity, think of harmony, think of these things. What are the many meanings this has? Okay, could be a division of 4, because there's 4 empty spaces, 2 smaller, 2 larger. It could mean anything for anybody. You know, if I show you the symbol, well, let's get a symbol. Pull in all colors because I want to show a symbol. If I show you this, the eyes, you might think that this person saw something, or they have a gift of knowing or seeing. It's whatever it comes to you. Like, what does it mean to you? Not to me, to you. Your language is going to be different. I have pulled 4. There's 6 colors. I've pulled 4 already, randomly. But anyway, and with all the others, here is a tree. You know, what does this tree mean? There's more than one tree in this desk, but what does that tree mean? You know, it looks like winter because it has no leaves, but it also looks dead. It looks dying. It looks like it's withering away. It can mean all those things. What did somebody says prying eyes? Absolutely. It's what does it mean to you at that moment that it crosses that space? Hey, Dina, what does it mean to you? Not me, not Trenny, not Dina, not what does it mean to you? Because Spirit will use your life's journey to speak to you. And another example, and this happened to me for a little bit in my career too. Sometimes I would see my dead people when I'm reading somebody. But what that would mean to me is that if I saw my grandmother, that meant that I was bringing somebody's grandmother through. Depending on which grandmother it was, it would fall would be which grandmother did I see? Was it the male side or the female side of my family? So the pay mark, the best thing I can tell you is that you need to be open. What does this mean to you? And that changes over time. My language has went from pure simplicity into now to multilingual. Like things just pop, 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 pop. But that's because I've done this for years. You know, I have done this for years, and as the years go by, you can see it. Like I tell people, like I've told you guys before, if you ever want to go see some of the development, go look at some of my earliest YouTube videos from like 2013, and then look at some of them now. You can see the difference, and people have seen me work now. You will see the difference in my presentation, and you don't see me doing a lot of You just see me just rolling because I've been doing this a while. My language has grown. It has developed over time. So the first thing you should be doing is when you're eating something, what does it make me think of when I taste this, when I smell this? Did your grandmother's house always have a certain smell when you went in? You know, these are the things you want to become aware of when you're working with building your language, because the Spirit's going to bring those thoughts, those reflections back to you for you to spit out something to your sitter or to whomever it is you're reading. Some of you don't understand the term of sitter, but it's who you're reading. So that's how it works. And this is not hocus pocus. I wasn't born with a veil. You know, I wasn't. No. Just everybody's born with this. Okay. I can't tell you how many people get excited. They can't wait to tell you. And again, I love hearing these stories because it just shows you how people have grown. When they want to see, remember when I was a kid, I used to see this, and I don't see that so much, but now this, and this is happening. You know, like I used to see ghosts and all that. Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, that's okay. You know, and so again, allow yourself to journey, allow yourself to explore, you owe yourself a good life. You owe yourself happiness. You owe yourself joy. And what energetics will do is it's going to tell you, are you really happy in your current life? That's the big key for energetics, because it makes you really look at you, and it makes you understand emotional intelligence. It also helps you understand your little pet peeves and what brought those pet peeves to you. Okay? I was reading a girl today, and she's been in this relationship. She goes, yes, Sid, I didn't listen to you. I'm still in it. You know, I said, that's okay. You could still be in it. I'm like, it's okay. I just don't see you two because you're not doing the work that needs to happen in a relationship. I said, but so you have to do the work. But what she was saying to me was everything was like, you know, she had to keep hearing validations from him, and she got mad, and she got taken back when I looked at her, and I said, well, that's not a him problem, that's a you problem, that you need to have those validations. I said, that's what you have to think about. You're upset because he's not telling you what you want to hear. That's not a him problem, that's a you problem. And you need to go in and figure out why you need that validation. Why do you need it? And then you have to go in and use emotional intelligence and figure out what type of person he is. How did he learn love? And what does he base love on? And we actually named a few things because of things that was told to me. So, you know, that's what energetics is good for. It's going to help you take that pause and really look at yourself and say, is this a me problem? Because trust me, 90% of the time it is a you problem. If you feel insecure about something, if you don't have if your values aren't where you need them to be, these create reflections upon us, and we put those on ourselves. But we want that validation. You know, we want that validation because we don't think it's us. We think it's them not doing what we need them to do, but it's us. You know, because we made the choice to be with that person. They don't choose to be with us. We choose to be with them. They choose to be with us. See what I'm saying? Like they don't have to be with us. I have to allow that person in my life just like they have to allow you. So it's a mutual agreement. Hey CJ, miss you too, buddy. So again, understanding that about relationships is a key thing. And it doesn't mean you have to break up with somebody, but it means you have to understand. The two big words in energetics is aware and understanding. Being aware of what's happening and understanding why it's happening. The real reason why it's happening. Not pushing blame because it's the easy way out, but looking at you and why, thinking why you need it. What happened to you in your life that you needed that validation to feel secure in a relationship? That's the question. So that's what energetics will help you with. It help you understand a lot of things. I also, and they'll be here first week of September. I also ordered some pins. So everybody who takes I had some pins made. So not ink pins, like pins that you wear. Everybody who takes energetics will get a pin that says it says energetics on it, so you know you took the course. And then it says my favorite quote in energetics. It's really a cute pin. So those who take it online, I will mail you your pin because you gotta have one of these pins. They're cute. They might not be able to wear them too many places because it has a cuss word on it. And in those, when I said that, y'all should know what it says. Those who've taken the class should know what it says. The only time I really cuss in energetics class. But anyway, so, relationships are 90% of your doings. It's all about you in a relationship because you chose the person you're with. You can choose to leave them. If you can't leave them, you have to figure out why. And if you want to stay with them, you have to figure out why. Understand why this means so much to me and what happened to me in my life that makes me want to stay in this situation, whether it's good or bad. It's not always negative. That's what I got to focus on, the positive, not the negative. Like, I'm in a very positive relationship. I know why. I understand why I am in the relationship that I'm in. My partner meets all my needs, understands me to the T, even the things he doesn't like about me. And I'll give y'all a big one, and most of y'all know me, know this is a big one, is that I don't stop a conversation till I've had to say what I had to say. I am not going to stop short. You stop me short, you're looking at being miserable for a long time. But you let me get what's on my chest out. After that, I'm done. I was able to release it. That is a thing about me that took years for my partner to learn, and has learned that. And so now he just sits there and grits his teeth and gives me that look and lets me finish and then tells me he loves me. So, understanding those things in relationships are crucial. And then you have to go in it, and I know why. I understand why I need that. I understand that about myself. And after it happens, we usually laugh about it. I'm so damn mad. But anyway, I'm so blessed because I do have somebody that does try to understand me. And that's really, really important in relationships. And I hope everybody in their lives meet that person, or is with that person that does understand them and tolerates all their stuff as well, because it is important. So that's a lot what energetics is about. And getting back to why some people have asked me, why does this class help psychics and mediums, and why should they take it? Because it's a class that anybody can take. But why it helps with that is when you're working as a psychic or a medium, you have to understand the emotional energy of the person that you're reading. You have to understand the feels. You have to be able to separate. And that's what it also helps you. It helps you separate yourself from outer noise. So energetics will help you build that wall around you so that you can separate yourself from the outside noise, so that when you are communicating with the spirit, all those other thoughts are away from you and you're getting a clearer connection. So that's why I recommend it to all my people who study with me on all my other, my types of courses and stuff. Also, so the classes that I have coming up, I love it. TikTok's giving me questions to share with y'all. I love TikTok. They do some crazy stuff. So say this to everybody. But anyway, some of the classes that I have coming up in the next year. I will tell you there are 3 mediumship classes: level 1, level 2, advanced retreat, which is a level 3, and a retreat. Don't know if it's gonna be at my house or somewhere else. It has a flat fee for the course, and if we have it somewhere else, there could be room charges or whatever stuff like that if we decide to have it at another location. I have for my working mediums. I definitely recommend it because that's where we get together and we search each other. We communicate. We start troubleshooting with each other. We start working together as a group and as a team, and we do team building. We talk about marketing. We talk about real estate. We talk about all kinds of things you normally wouldn't talk about, and just understanding this. Level 3 is where you already are a working medium, and now we're sharing ideas. We're sharing ideas with one another. It's like a meeting of the minds at a table. We're sharing ideas with each other. We're sharing different things that we do. We're moving forward. That's what level 3 is about, because you already should be a working medium or psychic. Medium is level 3, mediumship. You should be a working medium at that point to come take that course. I'm also offering, this is not, you can do this at any time. I am offering private mentorship program, and it is a whole weekend where you get 16 hours with me, and it is a flat rate. All these things are on my website and I can't say it's a mentorship for what, because we can do numerology, we can do tarot, we can do mediumship, we can do psychic work, we can do a whole. But before we have that meeting, I sit with you and we have a big conversation about what is it that you want to learn. Where do you want to be? Where are you at when we're going to start the mentorship program that weekend? And where do you want to be when we finish? And then I will tailor something for your needs for that weekend. So I'm yours for a whole weekend, and in the mentorship program. So that can be done. And how that does, you're going to put in your application, you're going to put in your deposit. I am going to, which is all the deposits are $50. It gets taken off the cost of the course. We set up a time, a weekend that we're going to be together, and we're going to spend 16 hours. I will give you a chance to move it one time, so that way if you get sick or something emergent comes up, that we can move it so you don't lose your, I don't want you to lose your money that you're paying for that time. So we will move it if we need to once. I give you one time to move it, because if it shouldn't be more than that. Hey, Glenn, I didn't see you sneak in. So anyway, I do offer some private mentorship as well, and you get me for a whole 16 hours. And it's rough. I find the prices really, really good, considering what I could be doing if I was doing readings is a lot more, but this is a lot less than that. So I think that if people want to learn and grow, I have the private mentorship. So all that is all new on my website. I haven't gotten rid of the old phone yet, the old phone number, the 504-708-8353. I have not gotten rid of that phone, but I'm no longer taking calls on that phone. You now have to go to, now my personal cell phone is listed on my website, but know that I don't answer it. You should text me. If you want me to respond, text me. You can text me to call you. Hey, Faith. Miss you too, love. I will, that is my personal number. It's 504-415-5960. Don't mind saying it, because you go to my website, it's already public. But I don't answer it. You must text me. In order to get through to me, you text me. I found with the two phones, juggling them, traveling, I'm always paranoid looking for both phones. I need to get rid of one of them. So I'm going to keep the phone for about a year. Once nobody's texting or calling on it, then I'm going to just get rid of it altogether. I think Stacy's jumping for joy for that, because she hated that phone too. Stacy's watching, so I thought I would share that. She just said, oh, hey, everyone. Hey, Stace. So yeah, so the old phone is going away, slowly but surely. So that's some of the new stuff you will see on the website. Now that I got a lot of y'all in here, please know Trenny is coming in this weekend. We have a gallery Friday night here at the house. There are plenty of seats still. There's half of them, I think, are still left. And that's fine. If you want to come to the gallery, we do have, I think, 2 group sessions left. All the group sessions have filled. I have 2 left, one Sunday, one Saturday. So if anybody wants a group, what is a group? A group is 6 to 10 people, and it's a flat fee. Of course, the more people, the cheaper it's going to be for each person. It's 600 flat. And so, and we got 2 left for the weekend. We've sold the other ones out, sold out. We have 2 spots left, one Saturday, one Sunday. So if somebody wants those, they must get me on Facebook Messenger or text me on my phone, one of those 2 ways, and I will respond to you if you have a group. Notice, we do not collect money from each person. We get money from one person. It is 600 flat. Collect it any way you want. Divide it any way you want. That's not our business. Our business is that's the flat fee, and you get 3 hours with us. You get 3 hours with us for that. If you were to come with 3 people for 3 hours to Trenny and I for a private, you're going to spend $600. So this helps you split the cost a little bit, having a small group, so everybody's not coming out with $200 a piece for that private for an hour. But we do want it to be at least 6 people, and no more than 10. If it's more than 10, it goes way up. So know that, because for us, then we have to start. We have to schedule a special side for that, because we won't do more than 10 people in 3 hours. So then we got to give you more time, which bumps into somebody else's time, so the price goes way up. Anyway, so that's what we have left for Trenny and I for this weekend. And like I said, I am planning for some fun on the weekend before Halloween. I will be at Holly's retreat. Those who follow Holly Hobbs know that she's having a retreat in Mississippi. I will be teaching there for 3 hours, 2 hours, but it's going to be 3 hours with the journey and all, 3-4 hours. But I'll be traveling. But that same weekend, that Monday, is when we're going to do steaks over mediums at the steak night at a bar. And then I'm going to try to do a bus event as well. If you buy tickets to both events, there will be a reduced price for you, rather than paying it just once. So you're going to hear about Colorado next Wednesday at the latest. So we are coming to Colorado in September, according to Trenny. I'll be finding out this weekend when we're going to Colorado, and we're going to spend several days. It's not just a fly in, fly out. And then we're going to be going to Kansas soon after that. So know that's coming up. What is the name? It's not a restaurant either. It's KJ's. So KJ's has steak night every Monday. So we're going to buy everybody a steak and steak dinner, and then they're going to come listen to Trenny and I work, and it's called Steaks Over Medium. Doesn't that sound like fun? So Kim, Trenny is coming in this week. Guys, let me explain something about my girlfriend Trenny, and I hope she's watching because she can hear this. So y'all know I love me some Trenny. She's my wife. She lives here. She's my work wife. And we're good by ourselves, and we're good together, both of us. We're both very different in our deliveries, but we're both extremely good at what we do, the both of us. And with saying that, when Trenny's not in New Orleans, I have just a harder time reaching her as y'all do getting an appointment. Like, people come in and why can't you tell? She is my work wife, but she has a life outside of this, people, just like I do, but she is like, I've texted her already twice this week to talk. She's not called me yet. So don't take it personal, but that's Trenny. So I have other work, I have other income. Trenny's income is her mediumship work. So Trenny is usually working or busy where she can't just talk to people, or that's why she doesn't book her own appointments. This is what she does for a living. She's well known throughout the United States, so she's always busy, and she's trying to cut that down. We are looking to do more groups and privates. Please note that I don't know if y'all have noticed this lately with Trenny and I, but we've not posted privates in a very long time. Think about that. You've not seen Trenny and I post that we're working together. We're seeing people individually. We're only doing groups, either gallery or a group reading. What's the difference between a gallery and a group reading? In a gallery, it's a timed event. Groups are too, but a gallery is usually a shorter time, and depending on how many people come, limits, everybody may not get a reading. Those are the cheaper. But if you've been to one of mine and Trenny's galleries, you know that we hit a large quantity of our people in a gallery. Think about that. We hit a large number of people in our galleries, more than most mediums do at any other type of event. You go see Teresa Caputo or any of the famous Johns. There's two of them. You know, you go see them. They might do 5 or 6 in a couple of hours. Folks, in an hour and a half, we usually read 15 to 20 people. Okay, we move like that. Okay, that's not a brag, because some people like to hear the stories more than they do the readings, more than getting a reading. So it just depends what you're there for. So if you don't mind the stories and you want a pretty good chance of a reading, or you really didn't lose somebody that you like have to hear for, you're not in any kind of like really hurtful grief, go to the gallery. It's $40. You got a 85% chance you're going to get a reading while you're there, or get a short reading while you're there. To me, it's the best. It's the best bang for the buck. When you get into the groups, the minimal cost is going to be $60, usually $60 to $100 a person. Yes, you get a little bit more time, but still, you're not guaranteed the same amount of time that the person next to you is getting, because folks, it doesn't work that way. You know, and I get asked that a lot at galleries, or at group settings. I get that question a lot, like, well, why did she get on like 5 minutes and you gave her 20 minutes? Because her people talk to us more than your people. That's just how it is. Can we give you everybody something there? Absolutely. But why does somebody get more time than somebody else? It has nothing to do with us. It has to do with you. And that's what energetics could teach you. It's not us, it's you. You go in there, you sit like this. You want us to guess everything? Well, you tell me. Well, your energy's not vibrating with us, so guess what? Your reading's going to be short. And you might say, well, I'm open, but then you're sitting there clutching your pearls, bags in your hand, and legs all crossed, arms all crossed, and you're wondering why you're not getting a reading. Well, that would be why. That's why your people can't reach us. And I'm not saying it's all your fault. It's nobody's fault, because a reading is a mediumship reading is a combination of the energy of 3, not 1. It's the sitter, the medium, and the spirit. And what I can tell you from experience, that if you have an honest medium sitting in front of you, somebody who's not sitting there looking for your body language and telling you stuff that they can read on Facebook and all that stuff, which we don't do that, okay? If you have a medium that does it on a consistent basis and this night they're not doing it, it's not just them. It's not them. It's you. And I want to say what Wanda Sykes says. It's you, mother MF. It's you. It's not us. That's, if you ever know, it's a Wanda Sykes thing she does when she's a psychotherapist talking to somebody. It's a cute little thing that I recommend all mothers to go see and tell their children. But anyway, so, you know, I just want y'all to understand that, is that, you know, we never know how long we're going to spend with y'all. That's why, if y'all noticed, even on my own website, I've cut all my sessions down to 30 minutes. I don't spend an hour anymore. To me, an hour is wasting your time and mine, and I'm getting more money out of you. So what I've done was now I'm only doing 30 minutes. You can still book me an hour, but you're going to pay twice, because it's 30-minute sessions. Okay, but after the first 30 minutes, I'm like, what more can I give you? If you don't believe what I'm giving you in the first 30 minutes, then you're not here for a validation. You're here because you don't want to lose that connection while we're with it. And that's something that you have to think about. Why? Why is that? I know Stacey goes, you guys are very conscious about giving everyone some type of, it depends on how big the crowd is, Stacey. You know, I mean, like we go to an event, we did that gallery at English Turn, and in the clubhouse, and we had 120 people. That was for breakfast, and so we had 120 people at that event. In fact, the girl who hosted that event is coming to see me in Trinity this weekend. We had 120 people at that event. There's no way in an hour and a half I'm going to read 120 people, but I bet you that hour and a half we read 20 to 30 people, easily. So we do try. Hey, Kay, how you doing, love? So Stephanie's, yeah, I was whipped out when y'all read me. I could feel that it was my people. The energy shift is unreal during a reading. Yes, it is. And so that's what I tell people. It's if a medium is a well-known medium, they're good. And some mediums will hit you better psychically. Some mediums will hit you better spiritually. And it just depends. It depends on the energy you're giving them, what they're feeling. You have to understand how we feel. When we up there reading, we're getting hit with all kinds of stuff. And so I got to try to make sense of what's happening in my head and why. And I just love people who sit there. Hey, Queenly, I love people who just sit there and like, when you ask them, well, how many kids do you have? Say, because we're seeing children. Or we ask, how old is your child? Because I'm seeing somebody having a baby. I want to make sure that kid ain't 12, right? I see a baby comes, I'm trying to give them accuracy. And I might say to them, well, how old is your? Well, you tell me. Well, okay, I'll give you a guess. I mean, it means nothing. She's like, hey, Sid, my son. Oh, that's my baby. I know who that is. That's my queen. But anyway, so, I need y'all to understand that when y'all come to our events and you're getting readings, know that we're good. I mean, and I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm just reading to you with people right back to us. I did a reading. She may be on here tonight. I don't want to say her name, so I don't want to say her name. But we have one of my clients. Her son passed by a tragic accident, and they wasn't sure if it was an accident or murder. It was murder, and I was able to confirm that. And then when she went to do her research, that's when they also found out it was murder, and it was what I said to them. Oh, yes, Janny. Oh, yeah, you wrote it. You guys said yes. I love Janny. She was a sweetheart. Thank you for sending her. She was absolutely wonderful. So, anyway, I mean, there's no way you can't find that information on Facebook. But her emotions to me were so open. When I was reading for her, I could start seeing things. So I started seeing how the murder took place. I told her exactly what happened. And after her session with me, she went back and found that information, and it was correct. Everything I told her is how this person was murdered. Okay, and I can't say too much about it because it's still in court. So, do you ever... No, you don't, really, Glenda. Some people ask, do you ever get drained? I get tired, maybe from length of work, or when we're doing so many people. But I remember, like, when I went to Kansas, when we go to Kansas, we literally start reading at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we finish at 9 o'clock at night. And we only take a 30-minute break. That is it. And so it's 11 and a half hours of constant reading, groups and people and groups and people. And it's crazy. And we do that for about a week. And you get tired like you would at any job, but once you develop your language with the other side, and this is what I keep trying to tell everybody, is that it's as simple as breath. It's as easy as breathing. It's not something you have to force. Connecting to the spirit is very natural. Where people mess up is when they try to force it. And I can say that till I'm blue in the face, but until you experience it, you will never understand it. I can say it in that degree. Until you create your language and you understand the difference between forcing me to get somebody, that's really weird. I've never seen that before. Somebody lost 5 people last year. In the last year. It's in this live somewhere, either on TikTok on here. I just saw a $5 bill, and then somebody died. Anyway, I'm not going to get it. I'm not reading like that, but so in my head, I just saw a $5 bill, which usually means somebody just lost 5 people within the last year. But anyway, so that's a lot. So that means they're going through a lot. But it's not exhausting. But that's how easy it is. Like the minute I shut my eyes, it's there. It's just up to me whether I want to grab it or not. And of course, when I'm working with a client, yes, I'm going to try to grab it and pull it in. I'm going to grab, I'm going to pull it in. I'm going to grab, I'm going to pull it in. Might I make, hey, Taylor, might I make a mistake and interpret it wrong? Yes. But if the person doesn't understand what I say to them, I always like to tell them exactly what I saw and why I said what I said. Because then when it happens, okay, so I do have my validation. Somebody here has lost 5 people since April. Well, it was probably one of your people trying to come in, Kim. But unfortunately, I'm not reading right now. But again, it just flew through my head like Daddy. That's how natural it is. That is how natural it is. I took a breath, I shut my eyes, and that $5 bill went flying across, and it told me that 5 people passed within this year. And then I have a client here that came up and said, I've lost 5 people since April. It's that easy to create your language with the other side. And I know I say, but it's not. But the thing that hurts us is that we always doubt ourselves, and we don't believe we have the ability. Once you trust it and have faith in it, it comes that easy. It comes that easy. And that's what I need people to understand. And so it's one of the things we're going to be doing when we go to Colorado. I think we're going to go in September, Mark. I'm waiting to hear from Trenny. I'm going to announce it next week. So listen or text me, and I'll let you know when we're going to Colorado. When we're going to Colorado, we are going to hook up with Tracy. She was on TikTok, I think, earlier. I don't know if she's still with me, but I'm going to be meeting with Tracy while I'm there, and we're going to be mapping out a tour while we're there. And then we're gonna set up a tour for people to go on, where we're gonna go to a few places that have a lot of history. And as a medium, and again, people are like, well, I don't want to be exposed to, and I got lots of friends like this. They're very spiritual friends. I don't want to be exposed to all that negativity. Guys, energy is not negative or positive. Yes, it has a negative and a positive charge. I know that. But there's no such thing as bad energy or negative. Well, I can't say, let me say, there's no such thing as demonic energy. As the person send it, there's got to be a demon behind it. I hope that makes sense to you. That's bad energy. When somebody wishes something on you and sends you a negative thing, but energy in its natural state is not an evil thing. It's energy. And so once you learn to deal with it, then you can move on. Many blessings to you, Kim. I know that's rough. Many blessings to you. It's been 5 since many blessings there, and hopefully, you know, that things can move forward for the people that are directly involved with birth, because I call that birth. I don't call it death. I call it birth. It's birth and rebirth. But anyway, so so the purpose of this conversation is because I don't want nobody to be afraid. We're not taking you to places where you're going to pick up something, you know. I was telling someone, well, I wish you would come. See, even if it's just to go do lunch, girl. I'll take you over to my favorite Mexican restaurant. We have some margaritas together. But anyway, so, you know, when you go to, as a medium or as an intuitive, you should go to a place for its history. Go to a place for its history. I was brought over by a good friend of mine, whom I haven't spoken to in a long time. I think it's just because we have different views, or we went on some different paths. But my old good friend that I still love to death, Miss Bonnie, she introduced me when we got to go read at the haunted plantation in Raceland. And again, walking through there, I was able to sense the history and give them the story of the Romeo and Juliet story that happened there. And then I saw the fire that happened in another area, and so I'm feeling and sensing the history. And then I brought another medium there, another good friend of mine who has her own TV show. I brought her there to feel and sense this place, and she nailed it too. So again, when you, as a medium, when you're going in, you're not necessarily going to feel negativity, but you're going to feel life. People, the minute you stop looking at life as being negative, okay, as soon as you stop thinking that life itself is negative and turn life into positive, which energetics is good for, helps you turn life into a positive thing versus a negative thing, okay? It will help you look at things in a different light. It helps take so much stress off of you. Guys, I got to tell y'all, since I've been retired, since I retired back like the end of July, I've been feeling wonderful. Like, I feel good. And now that I'm finished school, pretty much, I feel even better. Like, I'm ready to go tackle the world now. Ah, that's all I can tell y'all is that life is a beautiful thing. And you need to learn how to enjoy it. You need to truly learn how to enjoy life. Life is such a blessing. It really is. We all go through some of the same horrors and the same cultural things that just try to hold us down. But if you can beat that and put a little love in your heart and look for the positive things in life, things will definitely turn better for you. So somebody says, well, explain this. One year, my husband and I went to the quarter just having fun the night before we left on a trip. When we got back home, there was this foul smell in our apartment, and it wasn't due to anything bad in the apartment or neighbors. I burned a white sage later that week, and a smell went away. My question is, can you pick up bad energies? So understand this. Energies, Stephanie, attract similar energies. So if you were in a negative mood, you can pick up somebody else's negativity and bring it in your house, which could smell bad. But again, it's because it was already, someone was already having, like you might have walked across a place where a murder took place. And if you were feeling in a negative mood, like energies attract, opposite energies repel. Okay, so, and I know when you do magnet things, it does not like that, but in energetic world, it is. If you're feeling bad or you're feeling down, something can it doesn't really possess you. It overshadows you and can follow you places, but you can repel it naturally. You can repel that naturally. Our beliefs have a lot to do with how those things attach to us. We learn that in energetics. Our beliefs control what's allowed to be attracted to us. So once you turn that around, it won't even touch you at your home or your house. So I hope that makes sense to you. But once you learn to purify your energetic aura, your energetic energy when you're out, both you and your husband, nothing should be able to even follow you home, attach to you, anything like that. It should not, because it has to find something on you to attach to. It doesn't have eyes, right? Energy doesn't have eyes. It has a sense though, and it attaches to like things. And if y'all out in the quarter, depends what y'all were doing, y'all were probably having fun. So that's usually very hard for, if y'all having fun, it's usually hard for something to follow you home. Also, know this too. Might not have came from the quarter. Could have been there and you just didn't notice it. Just because you're in the quarter doesn't mean it followed you from there. What I've learned, and I've cleansed probably well over 1,000 homes in the New Orleans and Texas areas in my lifetime. What I can tell you is that about 90% of the houses we go to cleanse are because of the energies that exist in the family that put it there. Yeah, that's true. Because we create energies ourselves when we argue, when we fight, if we have any kind of discord, if somebody in our family comes over and they're just nagging, we had that neighbor come over and just round, that can bring it into your home, And that's probably what. But the sage helps, girl. Yeah, get that sage out. Now do your sage right. Move counterclockwise when you're getting rid of stuff, and then be sure to go back and fill it with white light and blessings so that it can't come back in. A lot of people don't know that one. But if you take my mediumship 1, I teach you how to do a proper house cleansing and blessing. That's in mediumship 1. That's part of when I'm going through all the different styles of mediumship. So anyway, that's all scheduled. I think mediumship 1's in January. I like doing it at the beginning of the year because then it gives you time to schedule and do the other 2 classes. If you want to get them done that year, wait till the next year. Again, I'm only offering classes in person once a year. Other than that, they'll be online. So Yes, when you're cleansing your house, folks, with sage, and this is a lot more to it than this, but the basis is when you're expelling the negativity in the house, you want to move counterclockwise through the house, starting at the exit of one of the exits, moving counterclockwise through every room and the home. And then when you get back to that starting point, you stop and then you do the blessing, usually with a white candle, which when you're getting rid of stuff, you use the black candle. When you're blessing, you use the white candle. And then when you use the white candle and like a good smelling incense, you walk through in a clockwise fashion in the house. So you're going in reverse, but clockwise, all the way back around through the house and into the door. That is the proper way to do a house cleansing and blessing. And you can't just cleanse a house, because think about how the best way I tell people, if you have a box of sand and you put your arm in and you push the sand up to one side and fill the other side with water, well, the minute you lift your arm, the water's going to roll over to the other side, right? Well, that's what the same thing. If you get rid of all the negative energy in your house, you haven't filled it with anything, then it's just going to roll right back in. So you have to then go back through and fill it with positive energy to keep it out of bounds, keep it out of the area. So know that when you're doing a house cleansing or blessing, that's the proper way. So you go counterclockwise with your black candle and your sage, counterclockwise through the house. Then you use your white candle and a sweet smelling incense to go clockwise to bless your house. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff in there, but that's the two basic key facts right there. So yes, yeah, my mediumship one, I actually teach house blessing and cleansing in detail. And we actually, if we have time, which we usually don't, but I do invite you, if you ever want to go on a house cleansing with me. I take a lot of students with me when I go cleanse houses. When I go to people's homes, I always ask, can I bring some students with me? And so people can come by and learn how. So again, senses. What is that? Butterfly. What does that mean? Could mean a bunch of stuff. Person had a butterfly tattoo. They want to be free. It is a visit from a loved one. Okay, so it could be a lot of things. It could be the person says, think of me when they see the butterfly. What is that? The light bulb. Is that that person had great ideas? Was a motivational speaker? Person worked for the electric company. Patient was patient. Client was electrocuted. It could be a lot of things. Could be a lot of things. All right, it is that time. So I am going to do a couple of readings. If you want me to pull a card, you got to if you put an S behind it, I'll pull a symbology card. If you put a T behind it, put me, put S, put me, put T, or pick one for me and then put an S or a T. Tell me, do you want a symbology card or do you want a tarot card? If you ask me a question, I will use the tarot cards and pull 3 for you. Before I get started, let me move this over real quick. My verification on TikTok did not work. Let's see if this didn't work. That one worked. Okay. Back on TikTok. Every time TikTok throws you up a puzzle. So Michelle says, okay, well, first Stephanie says, what do you see for me this next week with my career? Well, that's not a bad one for career. Well, that's not a bad one. Well, I got 3 decent career cards. I got 2 money cards, and the Queen of Wands. It says this week is about taking control, looking at your finances this week, and looking for for more money to come in. Okay, so that's what that says for you, Stephanie. And Michelle says some health issues. Will I be all right? Well, first of all, I think part of the health issues is you're not the only person in your family, so it may be hereditary. I do think you will be all right. There is a last-minute test that is going to come up or happen that's going to help you resolve the health issues or get on top of it. So I want to say that to you as well. And then Stacy says, me T. Stacy, you get the star. That's all about the flow of life. That's all about success in your adventures. That's also the flowing waters of healing, sending you that love and that healing. And Stephanie Travis says she wants on. You get the Queen of Pentacles. Stephanie, Queen of Pentacles, she's all about working on her finances, looking at how to make ends meet and making that happen and learning how to create extra. And, it's going fast. Pick one for me, Tarot, Kathy Johnson. You got the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, he's the messenger. You'll be hearing word this week about something that's going to generate positive emotion. Know that I said it because it came straight up for you, Kathy. And then Jessica says, T for me. She's got the world. That's all about you obtaining one of those high goals, completing a goal that you've committed yourself to, and rewarding yourself for it. That's important. And then Tammy says symbology for her. Tammy gets. Oh, I already said that one, Tammy. I'm going to get you another one. You get the window. This is all about the view. This is all about paying attention to what's around you right now, because there is positivity there. You feeling a little trapped? It's like, look outside the box is where your answer is. And Glenda says, I've been sick. Will this continue long term? Glenda, it looks like possibly for a while there's some procedure or surgery that needs to be done. That king right there told me that. So that's what I'm going to say for you. And then Delise says, me, can you pick? I did. You got Temperance, which is all about patience. It's all about the flow of life, paying attention. Look where you're going. Don't go in blindsided. So I want to say that to you, Delise. Sean, before I get to him, I'll pull one from my friend over here, the Queen. You've got, unfortunately, Queenie, you got the Eight of Pentacles. It's all about focusing on work right now, because you need to save some money right now. So right now it's about getting focused on that, and there's a few expenses you got coming. You might be pull a little couple extra hours for, but you will get it taken care of. That's what I see. And then Stephanie, really quick. Stephanie, you got the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is all about family. It's all about working with family decisions, is where your happiness is going to be, and making those plans. Now let me go back over here to Sean. Sean, me too. Sean, you got strength. That's about working with your health, taking care of yourself, moving forward. That's all about, taking control of the situation. Stop listening to other people. Use your mind. Cindy, my girlfriend Cindy that I go hang out with, she's got the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is all about being careful in your decisions and not letting people who bug the hell out of you get close to you. If they aggravate you, push them away, girl. Don't be nice just to be nice. If they're aggravating you, tell them move. Okay? I'm going to leave that for my friend Cindy. Where am I now? This is moving fast. Okay, there's Cindy. There's Stephanie. There's Sean. Yes, I did Sean. Devin. Hi, Devin. Let me know if you want a card, Devin. Jamie says, me. Jamie, you didn't put what? So you got the Four of Swords. This is about chill. This is about chilling out, taking time for you. Really, really important now. Take some time for yourself. Be sure you're taking care of you, so that you can have strength to go hang out with me on the weekends. And Tiffany says she wants a symbology card. That damn peace sign. Let me come over here. Keep getting the peace sign. You got the Crown. So the Crown's all about being on top. You might be feeling a little lonely right now because you got to make decisions that's going to keep you from doing what you want to do, but that's okay. If it's to better yourself, do it. It's okay to be alone a little while and do what you need to do to grow. Okay, Tiffany? All right. Devin says, go ahead. All right, Devin. Devin, you got the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is all about, although you're feeling beat up all the time, you're still there. So it means start evaluating your situation. Start evaluating you so you don't feel, see, he's got a little rag on his head like he's been beat. But he's still standing. So it says, yeah, you've been through some shit, but it's time now to start putting things in motion to make your life better. So I'm going to say that to you, my friend. And Kim says, do I see your house selling soon? 1, 2, 3. Yes, actually. You got, well, I was kind of doubtful because I had the Pope upside down, but says, it didn't look good at first. There were some things you had to pick up. But then you got the Ace of Swords at the end. And that's usually a big legal contract. So I would say yes. So I'm going to say, depending on how you define soon, I say yes. And Mark wants a card. He said, you pick. Well, I picked the Mark card. Knight of Swords, which is our knight in shining armor, who's always taking care of everybody else's shit, but sometimes forgets to take care of himself. So also remember, don't lose yourself in all your endeavors. Take care of you, my friend. And then Wayne says, hey, listen, and with Tammy, can I get a card? Sure, Wayne. Wayne, you've got the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is all about not seeing the real picture often, that people around you are bullshitting you. So pay attention to that. Start calling them out on their BS. Start calling them out or stuff, and start getting the full picture before you make any decisions. Okay, gonna leave that with Wayne. And then Deanna says, I can get a card. Yes, girl, you got the moon. You and Wayne need to hang out. Anyway, saying that because this kind of says the same thing. The moon is all about people are hiding things from you right now. And sometimes you don't feel like things are fair, but that's why, because people are hiding the truth. So don't stop wanting that from them. Start taking more control of what you need and putting that in place so that what other people are hiding from you doesn't matter anymore. You pull the power from them. And Zeta says she wants a card. Zeta, I'm giving you this card right here. You got the Page of Pentacles, which is unexpected new money coming your way, Zeta. So I would say pay attention. It's new money that you didn't expect coming your way. Not a lot, just a little. Might help with a little something. Might help cover our trip expense, whatever. Because I know we're going to be going on a trip soon. But that's what that means. So, let's see if I missed anybody over here. I did Stephanie. She was like, okay. So I think I've got everybody. So before I sign out or anything, I want to say a few more words to people. So I am going to be going out of town in September for about 10 days. With saying that, I'm still going to be doing my appointments online because I'm going to be traveling and I'll be in a hotel. So I'll have my computer with me. I'll have my cards with me. I will still be doing reading, but everything's going to be online. While I'm away, I will not be able to go live on... I might be able to do two because I have two phones. I might be able to do TikTok and Facebook, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to record those onto YouTube. So I will be going live on my Wednesday at 8 while I'm out of town, but I will have limited. It'll be just a live like on a phone. It won't be through the studio, so we'll have limited access. So I wanted everybody to know that I won't have any graphics, all the beautiful pictures sometimes that I pop up there for you guys, they won't be there. Also, look for me on odd days. If you see me up on here, join. You know, I'm going to be joining a lot. You're going to be seeing me a lot more on here, talking about different topics. The next thing I'm going to be going through is I'm going to be creating videos to explain what all my courses are. So that before you sign up with a course, if you want to know what it's about, you can watch the video before making a decision. So that's something also I'm going to be doing soon. And again, don't forget it. We have a gallery this weekend, Trinity and I, on Friday night at 6:30. There's still like half the seats are still left. So this is a good time to try when we might not have a full house. Because we did sell a bunch of groups. I've only got 2 groups left, one Saturday, one Sunday. So again, if you want a group, message me. If you want to come get a seat for the Friday night gallery, definitely go online and look. Okay, because that's where it's the only place you're going to get them. Somebody says I got a new message. Let's see what I got. I don't see a new message. I do not see a new message. It said I got a new message, but I didn't see one. Anyway, folks, yes, plenty gallery seats are still available, like more than half of them, to the point that probably Friday I'm going to probably post Friday if you just want to come. Pay at the door because the being able to buy seats will be down. But I think again, we've done a bunch of groups, but we still have plenty of seats open for the gallery. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. So that wraps it up tonight for Touching Eternity, the podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick. Love you all. Join us. Email me, text me. Love to hear from you.